What up, what up, what up? Prime Mega New Trees up on the floor. Trees up. How y'all doing out there? How's everybody doing? How's everybody week? How did the week go? And how is your weekend currently? Just catching up. I want to dedicate this episode to Adidas. Some of my favorite Adidas, not many. I got a few. But it all started back in like 94, 95, maybe 96. 95, 96. I got my first pair, a shell toe Adidas. They were the mids. They were all black with the infamous 3 stripes on the side. And I wore them into the ground. Rightfully so. They went with everything. I wore them with everything. Shorts, jeans, stuff that, just everything. You know what I mean? I was 16 and a lot of stuff was out back then. Method Man, Bring the Pain. So I had my giant afro, I had my afro out. You know what I mean? Me and my cousin. And man, just a time. What a time to be alive, as they say. So started with the shell toes, and I guess I did that. I followed the right steps because I believe that is the entrance point for Adidas love, especially an Adidas lover, like someone who is a fan of the sneakers. To me, the shell toe classic Run DMC with no shoelaces. You know what I'm saying? You know, Walk This Way, Aerosmith. They had, and then My Adidas. How could I forget that? You know what I'm saying? So, moving on. So, after that, years and years and years later, I bought another pair from Ross. And forgive me, I forgot the name of them. They were old school. I'm going to put a picture up of them. I know them when I see them, and I'll put a picture up of them so you'll see exactly. Got them for Ross for like $60 bucks. White with baby blue stripes. But they were high tops. And wore them with everything. Wore them, beat them into the ground. I don't even know where. Actually, I should still have them. I have not a clue where they're at. All right, so my next, and to this day, probably still at the top of my list, my Adidas list, might even be at my top of my sneakers list, somewhere in the top 5 for me of all time. And not just Jordans. Like I said, if you watch my channel, you know I'm not just a Jordan head. I like Reeboks, I like Adidas, everything. So the Derrick Rose, first of all, legendary player. You know what I'm saying? He fell on some hard times with some injuries, and he kept coming back, man, every time. You know what I'm saying? And just the resilience, the strength, the inspiration that he provides. Even today, he's a very inspirational person, and one of the most exciting players to ever watch, and that's Derrick Rose. And I don't think they've ever made a whack pair of Derrick Rose sneakers. But the time capsule for me was D Rose 7s, and I believe the first release date was 2018 or 2019, something like that. And I got another pair from Ross. These were like 50, 60 bucks, and I actually happen to have them. Now these, I beat these into the ground, as you can see. Beat them into the ground. These were my gym kicks, and only reason I don't still wear these is they're a 10.5, I wear an 11. And with most of these Adidas sneakers, especially the basketball sneakers, lately I've been finding out you gotta size up a half size up or a whole size up. And so I still wore them. I tell you one thing though, I had to keep my toenails clipped because there was no room for error with these. They would have sliced right through the front like Wolverine and shit. Like, I'm not even joking, but I love these. And then there was another color that I wanted to get, the black and red ones. They were fire. They were fire. And to this day, it's a very, I don't know why it was a very elusive sneaker to get. Like, it was just very tough to get. Has the Adidas, I believe it was the cloud technology. I'm probably wrong. I'll put the correction up. Everything is slipped. My mind is slipping, but these are comfortable. But they were just so fitted on my feet that I had to stop. I had to let them chill. But the black and red, there was another special collab pair I believe they had. White, black, and like some other colors like blue and red. They were fire too. And some you still can get on StockX and or GOAT. Some of them you have to bid on. Some of them are not crazy. They're in the $100 range somewhere, depending on the size, of course. But I'm still thinking about getting them black and red ones. I don't know. I have to remember. I don't remember how much they cost, but I still love these. These are fire basketball, utility sneaker. And I told y'all before, if you watch my channel, I am a fan of utility basketball sneakers. You know what I'm saying? And to me, Adidas, is the top. Adidas is the top. Got the 3 stripes right here. And I believe this is Flyknit. So they're Flyknit. I believe there's another version that's not fly, or that is Flyknit, but it looks different. It's the same color gray, same color shoe, but it's different. It's different. So that was another thing that confused me with this shoe, is that there are so many different variations to this shoe, even a particular color, that it threw me off. So I don't know if it's a higher quality version versus something that may be more of a lifestyle version, kind of like what they did with Yeezy. I'm not sure. So yeah, D-Rose 7s, man. Just classic. Moving on. Let's see, the James Harden. I like all of the James Harden Adidas up to about maybe it stopped at the 7s. The 7s and the 8s, like, they look like pills on your feet. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure, I'm not doubting the performance technology. That's not my argument. It was just the look. So I know sometimes it's a compromise between technology and the visuals and how it feels. There's a lot of room they got to work with. I understand that, but just me particularly, and I have narrow feet. So these things, I give you a picture. I think these are the 7s. These would look like 2 Bumblebee crash cars on my feet. Let's see if I can dim the light. There you go. Yeah, I mean they are alright, but I could just imagine on my feet how they would look, And like I said, I still would try them. Like, I'm pretty sure the performance is up there. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the 7s, the 8s. I wasn't a fan. The things that were previous to James Harden, the 7s were fire. All of those were fire. I love those. I think I had another thing with James Harden particularly. He had a couple different lines. I believe he had the step backs, and then I think he ventured into the volume 5. It became like Future Natural, and I think that was like 2021. So I have the step back 2s, and I don't know if they're from the same family or not, but these are the step back 2s because I was looking them up. So I still wear these. They clean up pretty good. They're black. There's a lot of textile, so there's a lot of breathability in these. So the performance factor on these is just, to me, second to none. I love these. These are like, I ain't gonna lie, these is like wearing like house kicks or like bedroom slippers on your feet. Anywhere you go. I was wearing these so much. My wife was like, "Are you wearing them again?" Damn right I'm wearing these again. I love these. The only drawback to these is, again, the size factor. I wear an 11 and I bought an 11. And boy, did they choke the hell out of my feet. Again, had to make sure the toenails was on point because they would come right through this textile like nothing, like scissor through paper. You know what I'm saying? So I like the different patches of color. There's some where he's got like flowers and stuff on different ones, which they were like neon green. They were like fire too. But again, I don't know if they're considered volume 2, because these are step backs. These are considered the step backs. And there's another pair, I'll put it up here. There's another pair, they're considered volume 5, Future Natural. And they look just like this, but there's different design. They're in the same hue, the same color hue, the different patches, but there's more like a flower design where these patches are. And then I believe the midsole is this comes up a little bit. This part here rides up a little higher, but it's more transparent. So I don't know if it's a performance factor based on if you're going to wear as casual, and they give you also the performance version of the shoe. So I'm not really clear there. Forgive me on that. I'm not an expert on them, but I just know, again, I like what I know what I see, and I like what I like, you know. So which brings me to my next point. I feel like, me personally, the James Harden, the 9s, the ones that just came out, I don't know if they just came out or they're getting ready to drop. That style, that silhouette, they're back in the game. Fire. And I think they are taking the silhouette ideas from, I'm getting Yeezy vibes from these. Just like how the AE1s that I showed y'all those a couple times. I feel like those, they're still pulling from the Yeezy inspiration, which I'm not mad at them. You know, I guess that's for them, between them and Yeezy. But it's got like looks like if you were to take wings from a bird and wrap them around the heel of the shoe on each side. That's what it looks like, but it's not feathery. It's just, that's the way I can explain it. I'll put a picture up of them. They're fire. They're on my list. I'm like, man, he finally redeemed himself with those volume 9s. And again, I don't know if they're step back or just volume 9, because somewhere along the line, the numbers started deviating into different caveats and categories. Similar to how LeBron's got several different versions and styles of sneakers, some different price points and things of that nature. I think that's what they were trying to do, or what they're doing with the James Harden version. Because and Edwards AE1s, as far as I know, they're just one complete model. It's either the lows or the mids, and then you have the different colors that are very hard to get. You know, I mean, you could go to StockX, and they're getting ready to drop a new color too, I think for the Chinese New Year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So there's a lot of, they're just one way, but again, I got confused with the Hardens when I started delving into the different styles that I liked with his sneakers. Somewhere they dropped off of the name change somewhere, and that's where I kind of got lost with that. But again, those 9s, definitely. So yeah, the last ones, y'all already saw those. If you watch my channel, if not, you know, I'll put a link in the description. My Aunt Edwards AE1s, the lows, the Iron Johns, they are absolutely dope. You know, another favorite Adidas. As soon as I saw them, I was like, I gotta get a pair. And there's still another pair I'm gonna get. So I'm not done with those yet either. And I'm just trying to decide if I want to get the mid black version or the black, like the rock color, stone color ones, or the mid version that's like a sand color stone. And again, you get Yeezy Quantum vibes. Definitely based off that Yeezy Quantum technology. So I'm not mad. You know, I didn't get a chance to get any Yeezys. And this is like, I don't know. I don't want to say best of both worlds, but like, I'm supporting Ant because I like him as a player. You know, very energetic. You know, definitely some Jordan remnants there. Some likeness there, energy-wise, and you know, just everything. You know what I'm saying? The excitement around them and all of that. But yeah, that's my favorite right now, Adidas, from the start to where we are right now. And again, those James Hardens, they on my list. I'm kind of waiting to see what the rest of the colorways are, because I think the one that's dropped, or that did drop, is like the purple or violet color, which is, they cool, but I want to wait to see what else they got coming up with these silhouettes. So and previously I also announced the Dame Lillards, those latest Dame Lillards, they're fire. They're in there too. So, you know, I've already mentioned those. That's why I didn't really bring them into this episode, because again, I'll put the link in the description. They were in my top 10 actually of 2024. My top 10 sneakers. Even though I didn't pick them up, I should actually do a top 10 of the sneakers, or top 5 of the sneakers that I actually picked up in 2024. I'm gonna have to think on that. But yeah, appreciate y'all. Comment, like, subscribe. I I appreciate the support. I appreciate the comments. And I love y'all, man. Seriously, all right? Have a blessed week. Have a blessed day. Let's get it, y'all. Trees up.